Today we're going for a walk, and I come here quite a bit now because I record on the main channel over here all the time. But I wanted to talk about childhood, something that we can, not all, but a good amount of us can relate to. You know, whether our childhood is, good, or if it's bad, or, kind of, some people don't have one. I mean, you're a child, but it's not a childhood where you're growing up with good memories of, family rituals, things that y'all do as a family, or things that, memorable toys that you had, and things like that. I wanted to talk about it because where I'm headed right now, I'll go ahead and show you. Well, this is a trail that it goes pretty far out, like crazy. I would come here as a kid and I would just play around, walk around by myself. Didn't have many friends growing up. I had a few that were in the neighborhood and they kind of moved and things like that. But I was pretty much on my own, really. And kind of like right now, you know, even in my 20s, I'm alone quite a bit. But I don't say that as a negative thing. I love being to myself. I always tell people I cherish it. And I've always been an introvert. Always been somebody who's to themselves. I like to shy away from the action. But I know there's kids when you're growing up. You have kids that are very like extroverted. Like they're like, "Hey, come to my house. Let's go play." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know. You're going too fast." It's like a relationship, right? I like to be by myself. I like to do things on my own because if I'm on my own, I know that nobody can hurt me. I'm on my own. I'm kind of just to myself. And if I do get hurt, the only person that can hurt me is myself. But which happened sometimes, but I grew to love being alone and just going in walks and just doing things like this. I wasn't a kid to like going outside all that much. I have outside memories with my sister. We would I don't know if you guys can relate. We used to make soup in the little cracks of the street, putting leaves and little berries and just trying to just making soup out of dirt and seasonings and all kinds of little nature's ingredients. I don't know, it's interesting because now it's like you really see a lot of kids with just tablets and phones and stuff, but back then a little bit, I mean, technology was probably, it was coming out in the early 2000s, but not to the extreme as what it is today. We had Game Boys and things like that, but I don't remember being so excessive on it. But yeah, I'm gonna show you this. This is where I film a lot of the videos, not on this bridge, but I guess primarily in this area. Pretty cool. But let me be careful here because it's not the most stable. Yeah, like I was saying, the interesting thing about everyone's childhood is they're all different, and we all have our own little family rituals, things that we do. One thing that we did, that I remember me and my family doing, is a thing called junk night, where every week or two we would have junk night. We'll go to the store like Walmart, and just we'll all buy something that we like to eat. That's junk food, and then just go home, watch a movie, and together and just eat the food. And yeah, it was a very memorable experience because, well, there's a lot of butterflies. But it was very memorable. Was it the healthiest? No. But it was very cool. I would always grab ramen noodles. That I still do that now, which I need to stop a little bit. Let me know in the comments what's a family ritual that y'all would do. Something, I wouldn't say a ritual, that sounds weird, but something that y'all would do as a family that you really enjoyed growing up, that you remember, that you would like to do with your family or future family. I think the most memorable thing to me that really stuck out to me growing up, I mean, I didn't think it would stick as much as it did. Music. We would listen to like almost the same albums, music, Christian music in the early 2000s. And when I listen to it now, it's like very nostalgic. You know, it's crazy. I don't know if you have that same kind of experience where you're listening to music that you used to listen to as a kid, and when you listen to it, it puts you in the feels of like, whoa. And it's like this song was like a song for this type of activity. Like there's some songs that we used to listen to that were like fast food songs, because we always used to listen to it getting fast food. And on top of that, it was like I'm listening to songs that I would listen to while I'm playing with action figures in the back seat. And man, growing up, you're like, I can't imagine my life without action figures. I feel like I'll always like action figures for the rest of my life, you know. And you're like, there's no way. Now I'm like, I don't even know where my action figures are, or if I don't even think we have them anymore. It's kind of crazy, because when you're a kid, you're like, this is just the coolest thing ever. I would never get rid of this stuff. It's weird. I mean, you definitely start to change, and you know, you're happy with these type of changes because you're growing up in things, but in a sense, you really miss the idea of just playing, you know, having the imagination to really create your own movies in your head with your little Spider-Man action figure or something, or going on a walk and you think you're in a abandoned place, or you're in a forbidden whatever. You're just kind of creating your own little life in your own head. And I did that a lot. I have like millions of films that I would create in my own little head, and with Spider-Man, Batman, and all them in one thing. But a lot of us were very creative growing up. Like, I'm sure you remember, I don't know how to word it properly, but it's like you're in the backseat of the car when it's raining, and you can see two raindrops on there, and they're both moving with the car, and you're like seeing which one of those raindrops is gonna win. I don't know if I'm just weird, or if there's other people that are seeing that as well. You know, it's crazy. The things that you think as a kid is different, but it's innocent, and it's crazy. Like I said, where I'm walking right now, this whole place, when I came here as a kid, I would find some old wood and made a cross out of it. I did that when I don't even think I was a teenager. Maybe I was, but maybe 12. There's a picture of it. Actually, you know what? There's I made a short film of that whole little sequence, I guess. You can find it on the main channel. It's called The Cross. And, I don't know. I really, even though as a kid, like, yeah, I grew up Christian, but I really started to care about, like, it's hard to explain, you know, because I had moments in my life where I went to God and I go to God, and then I'd have years of just separation and not caring of any him or whatever, going so down into the world like crazy, and then going back up again. It took till my like 18 years old to like really say I'm sticking to Jesus. Yeah. Oh, look, we have multiple routes. We can go that way, or that way. I'm thinking of going straight, actually. Should we? No. I'm gonna go this way. Something about that tower reminds me of a specific location that I've been trying to find for a while. I haven't been over here in years, like before I was even 18, 17, 16. You know, when I go to heaven, I thought about this, and it may sound a little weird, I guess. I don't know if it's a dumb thought or whatever, but it's like the feeling of nostalgia when it just really hits home, kind of thing, like hard memories from the past that is very positive that you really liked. I wonder if we're gonna have that. I mean, because it's such a good feeling, but it doesn't make sense to have it in heaven because it's like, how? I don't know. I just have really strong feels when it comes to something that really makes me happy from the past, you know? Old video game music, you know, hearing that again, like Minecraft music or whatever, like from the early, like 2014 and 16, whatever. It's so nostalgic. Like even just early 2000s stuff, you know what I mean? Like accessories or the way people dressed, the way people did things. It's all nostalgic because things have changed. Look at that. I remember seeing this years ago, and I've always been sketched out about it. I don't know what it is, if it holds water. There's a couple of them, and they look recently done too. So, sorry guys, it's a little off topic, I guess. It looks not too bad. It looks pretty good. Wow, okay. Yeah, dude, this is the place. It's just flat, and there's a lake or a river or whatever. Yeah, I came here as a kid. This is the place. So now I know. That's crazy. I came here a few times as a kid, and I'm like, man, one day when I grow up, I'm gonna have to do something over here. It's just so much land. There's nothing here. Wow. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna get in. We're gonna go over there. I'm gonna go as far, or not. I'm not gonna go far. Actually, you know what? I gotta pee. I'll pee somewhere around here. The sad thing about now in the 20th century of nostalgic like things is it's gonna be very digital memories. It's not much of the going outside and doing things like that. My mom was always like telling us to go outside, ride your bike, doing things like that, which I did. Ride my bike, I did do things, some of that. I mean, that's how I found this place, you know what I mean, growing up. But not as much as, like, you know, I guess like the late 90s and stuff like that, like other people that I know. Wasn't an outside person. Would you look at that? Whole lot of nothing, guys, for miles. That's just crazy, isn't it? That's just like insane. Absolutely insane. I remember this place being very muddy, like back then. It's a little moist right now, so it's because it's been very moist. It's kind of early, well, not early in the morning, but it just turned 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So sadly, I really can't go that deep because of that moist mud, even though these shoes are garbage. You know, even me right now, as I'm 22 years old, I still love, and 90% of, if I watch anything on TV, on Netflix, on anything, it's most likely going to be something from when I was a kid, like some cartoons, some movies or shows or something, whatever that was, whatever made me happy as a kid, because I know what to expect. I know what kind of is gonna happen. I like that stuff. I love that stuff a lot. And I'm sure you guys have similar things, probably, that different activities that you did as a kid that you wish you could do again, or, you know, find that one song that you know is in the back of your mind, but you can't remember it, so you never find it, or that you want that one action figure, you want to remember that movie, but you just can't remember, but it's there. You know there's something. And I have a bunch of that. I have like things that I remember but don't remember enough to get the information to know what that stuff is. It's amazing how the mind can work like that, you know. It remembers things, but it doesn't remember certain details to give you enough information. And that's even in like right now, right? I was trying to think of somebody, but I can't remember the person, but I recently watched it like a week ago. Similar to that. It holds certain information, but if you think hard enough, long enough, it might come up, might pop up. Even like smells. Certain childhood smells. Smelling school pencils when they were like scented pencils, if you remember those. I can't think of another, but I know there's a lot of smells that I had growing up that were just, they're not like bad or good smells, they're just neutral smells of just life. But if I smell it growing up, I'm like, but if I smell it now, I'm like, whoa, that just took me back like 20 years. No, wait, I'd be 2 years old. I wouldn't remember that. 10 years ago. Oh, that's 10 years old, that smell. That's crazy. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk about that, which, I don't know. I guess you guys can take that wherever y'all want. But you guys let me know in the comments things that you did in your childhood that really stuck to you, that you always remember for the rest of your life. Different smells, activities that you did, or places that you went that you want your children to have, or to have that same type of experience with you. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.